Are you in a fragrance slump where you don't kind of have the same passion like you used to for perfumes and fragrances? I'm going to give you 5 steps or tips to help you fall in love with fragrance again, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody, to Joel the Nose. Thank you for watching, subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. I think you'll find my channel useful, informative, and hopefully entertaining. Also, go ahead and click the link below for ScentXplore 2021 if you haven't registered already, because you get the early bird discount right now, and it's only lasting for a few more weeks, that discount. All right, today's topic is falling in love with fragrance again. For those of you like me who love fragrances, and I know if you're watching this video, you do, you've been probably on this journey a while. Maybe you're just starting out on the journey. And if you've been in this game for a little while, like anything in life, right? Your passion for something kind of ebbs and flows. It could be a romantic relationship, friendships, other hobbies you may have, collecting other things, right? You know, you start out with something and at first you're gung-ho and you're like all into it and you're learning about it and you're collecting and you're buying and you're talking to people. And then, you know, naturally, maybe your enthusiasm kind of slows down. It wanes a little bit. It eases. And I think that happens to all of us. If you're just starting the fragrance game, maybe it hasn't hit you yet. But for those of us who have been in it a while, and it happens to me, where there's certain periods where I'm just, you know, kind of not as in love with fragrance and kind of waiting for something to charge me up. So I've come up with 5, I guess, tips or 5 little things that you can do if you've fallen out of love with fragrance to fall back in love again. And without any ado, I'm just going to get right into this. I'm going to go from 5 to 1. And number 5, I say add a niche fragrance to your collection. This is especially true for those of you who are maybe early in your game in the fragrance journey, or maybe you've been around for a while and you pretty much only have designer fragrances. You know, you've got all the typical classics, you know, Dior Sauvage, you know, you've got maybe, you know, Acqua di Gio, Bleu de Chanel, maybe Spice Bomb, maybe Dior Homme, whatever it may be. You've got all the different kind of classic fragrances. And you want to up your game, and because you feel kind of bored. If you're like me, the designer fragrances, at least the ones in the mass market, all kind of smell the same. So I would get very bored very quickly if that's all I pretty much had in my collection. So just up your game. Try something out. For example, I just have this here on my table, but this is Musk Therapy from Initio. This is a beautiful kind of spicy, fruity, sweeter musk fragrance. That's one of their newer fragrances that's really delicious, really good. You know, and this will open up your mind to a whole other world, especially if you've only been in the designer world. Try a niche fragrance. I'm telling you, it is going to like blow your mind into this whole other realm of perfumery and fragrance that will change things for you. All right. The number 4, I guess, item that I have would be is go deep into a fragrance brand. So maybe you have a decent amount of fragrances and they're all spread out. You have maybe 1 or 2 at most from a particular brand. But like anything in life, right? I think it makes something more exciting when you get to become a real expert about something. And again, whether that's collecting, you know, any type of art, or, you know, it could be a particular painter or photographer, it could be a cook, right? Go deep into that fragrance. So for example, one that I've gone deep into recently is Therapia by Aroma, a local perfumer here in Miami. This is one of the fragrances I have, Musk Malo, one of their newer fragrances. I now have over, I think, almost 15 of her fragrances. Irene, who's the perfumer behind the brand, and because I love it. It's really original, classic French perfumery. She's trained in Grasse, France, so this is unlike a lot of the typical stuff out there. Even in the niche world today, which kind of all has a similar vibe, this is like a throwback, and it's just so refreshing. So I've gone deep into her brand, and it's just kind of really enlivened me about old school classic French perfumery, which gives me a whole new outlook on fragrance in general. So that makes me fall in love all again. Try a particular house. Maybe it's Parfums de Marly. Maybe you love Habdan or Ojan or Harrod or Pegasus or Greenlee, and you want to try something new. Whatever it may be, go deep into a fragrance house and really get to know it. Number 3, This is one that a lot of you guys already do very well. Sell off the fragrances you aren't using. I've talked about this a lot. Most people have way too many fragrances. For example, if you have a 100 milliliter bottle like this one right here, this 100 milliliter bottle on average will last a person 1 year if they spray 3 to 4 sprays a day. So I've recommended in prior videos, buy smaller bottles like this one, 30 milliliter, which means you'll get through them more quickly and you'll get to experience more of your fragrance, or spray a lot more fragrance every day. I've told people I spray 10 to 15, and that way you'll get through more quickly. But the other option is sell off ones you're not using. We all have them in our collection. I see a lot of you guys out there, you swap, you trade, you sell off stuff you don't like. I got to get more power to you guys. I think it's a great idea. I've generally not done that, but I'm going to start doing that more because you know what? If after a while you know you don't like a fragrance, get rid of it. If you don't even want to sell it, give it away. Maybe someone else loves it. Maybe you give it to somebody who gets into the game and finds that they love fragrance as much as we do, and maybe you're kind of kickstarting someone's passion. All right, number 2, explore different classifications of fragrances. Typically, most people like what they initially smell, and a lot of times they're not very, I guess, adventurous. They'll stick with maybe a fougere fragrance that they really like, or maybe an oriental fragrance that they like, or maybe a kind of a marine or a citrus fragrance. Go into something that's not typically within your realm. Maybe it's an oud fragrance, very strong oud. Maybe it's a gourmand, which is, I gotta be honest, was something that I was typically not into, and I've been exploring gourmand a lot more. Like this new one from Casa Morati. This is Italica. This is like a beautiful cherry, kind of nutty almond fragrance that just blew my mind. Something I would have not probably liked a year ago, but because I slowly, incrementally tried gourmands, I'm now opening my mind to all these beautiful fragrances that I would have passed on years ago. So it's, again, deepening my passion and renewing my passion for fragrance. So try different ones that you don't like, and slowly but surely you will expand your horizon. And this leaves me number 1, and that is we all need a break, right? Whether, again, it be friendship sometimes it's a romantic relationship, whatever it may be, take a break from fragrance. It's good for us sometimes because we can get a little bit consumed by this. Some people get a little bit addictive or obsessive about things. We all have those tendencies, or a lot of people do. Take a break. You know what? Go a few weeks without maybe wearing your fragrance. I know that's a sin. I don't do that. But what I do is take a break from certain fragrances that I really love and I feel I'm overwearing. And I've gone maybe sometimes a month, 6 months, or a year, and then I come back to it and I have a whole new appreciation. It smells different to me. Similarly, there's fragrances in my collection that I didn't love after I first got them, and then I come back a year later, and because my mind and my nose has been expanded by incrementally trying different fragrances in different classifications, I now love it. So take a break. We all need a break from whatever it is. It could be food, right? You don't eat pizza every day, right? You take a break. So I think it's healthy to take a break, to recharge your batteries, recharge your fragrance batteries, and really get into something new. So there you have it. This is Joel the Nose with 5 tips on how to fall in love with fragrance again. Again, I'll just mention, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you join my friends here on my channel. That's what I think everybody is. You guys are great, my subscribers. And I'll be back soon with another video. And thanks for watching. Peace and love.